What if I told you that everything you think you know about getting older stops, getting you ready right around your 85th birthday? Most people spend many years planning for when they stop working, saving money, and staying healthy. But nobody gets you ready for the hard mind and real-life truths that hit like a heavy hammer. Once you cross that 85-year line dot by the end of this video, you'll find out the 5 tough truths that catch most people off guard at 85, plus easy ways to face each one with strength and respect. The 5th truth I'll show you is something that happens to 90% of people this age. Yet, almost no one talks about it. And it could decide whether your last years are happy or very sad. Vivian from Tucson thought she had getting older figured out at 82. She worked out daily, handled her money by herself, stayed social with her book club and church group, and felt sure about her future. But when she turned 85, 5 sudden challenges hit her like a fast train, leaving her feeling totally not ready despite many years of careful planning. Within 18 months, her carefully built life fell apart in ways she never saw coming. The first truth is your group of friends goes away faster than you ever thought possible. Why does everyone think you'll just keep friendships as you get older? The truth is, your social world starts falling apart at a scary rate once you hit 85. And most people are totally caught off guard by how quickly and completely it happens. Studies from Harvard Medical School's work on adult growth, which has followed people for over 80 years, shows that adults over 85 lose about 60% of their close social connections within just 3 years. This isn't the slow drop that people expect and get ready for. This is social damage that hits faster than anyone thinks and leaves people feeling totally left behind. The math of aging friendships is hard and unforgiving. Think about what happened to Harold from Denver, a man who was proud of keeping strong relationships throughout his life. At 84, he had 12 close friends he talked with often, saw at least monthly, and thought of as key parts of his support system. By his 86th birthday, only 3 of those friendships stayed active and meaningful. The others had ended not through fights, personality problems, or falling outs, but through the simple, sad math of aging. 3 friends died from sudden heart attacks or strokes, to move to care homes in other states to be near family, to got severe memory loss and no longer knew who he was, and to became too weak to keep regular contact or social activities. The results of this fast social cutting off are more serious and far-reaching than most people know or get ready for. The same Harvard study, combined with facts from the National Institute on Aging, shows seniors who lose their social network quickly show a 50% increase in memory loss risk and a 60% increase in serious sadness within just 2 years of the cutting off starting. Your brain really starts getting worse faster when you're cut off from others, because human connection helps brain function, memory keeping, and feeling control. The loneliness doesn't just hurt emotionally. It creates real physical damage to your brain shape and function. Social cutting off also weakens your body's defense system by 40%, increases body-wide swelling, raises your risk of heart disease by 29%, and increases your death risk by 26%. Here's exactly what you need to do right now to protect yourself from this sad truth. Start what I call the 2-contact rule starting today, without any exceptions. Every single day, reach out to different people through phone calls, text messages, emails, handwritten letters, or face-to-face visits. Don't wait for others to contact you first. Don't make excuses about being too busy or not wanting to bother people. And don't think your relationships will somehow keep themselves without steady effort on your part. Make a simple list of 20 people you really care about and want to stay connected with. Then go through that list in order, making sure you contact each person at least twice per month. If someone doesn't answer right away, try again the next week, but never stop trying or think they don't want to hear from you. Build these talking habits right now while you still have energy and clear thinking, because waiting until you're 85 and very lonely is waiting too long. The second truth is your freedom to do things alone goes away in ways you don't expect. Nobody warns you that freedom doesn't fade slowly like a sunset. It often goes away overnight like someone turning off a light switch. You go to bed one night totally able to handle your own life, make your own choices, and take care of your own business, and you wake up the next morning suddenly needing others for basic survival needs. You've handled things by yourself for 8 decades. Mayo Clinic facts tracking function drop in senior shows that 40% of people over 85 have sudden, big losses of freedom caused by single events rather than the slow drop that everyone expects and plans for. These aren't the slow, manageable changes you've been getting ready for your entire adult life. These are life-changing moments that come without warning and change everything about how you live. Joyce from Atlanta learned this sad lesson when she had what seemed like a small dizzy spell while driving to the grocery store on a Tuesday morning. She felt slightly lightheaded, managed to pull over safely in a parking lot, and called her daughter, thinking it was nothing more serious than skipping breakfast or standing up too quickly. Within 48 hours of that phone call, her doctor had permanently taken away her driving rights due to dangerous medicine mixing she didn't even know were affecting her balance and reaction time. Just like that, with no warning period or slow change, Joyce went from complete freedom to relying totally on others for every single trip outside her home. No more sudden errands when she remembered something she needed. No more meeting friends for lunch on a whim. No more sense of freedom and control over her own schedule and daily activities. The medical truth behind sudden freedom loss is harsh and unforgiving. Studies from Johns Hopkins School of Medicine shows that once people over 85 lose a major part of their freedom, like driving, cooking safely, or handling money well, 70% never get that ability back, no matter what physical therapy, family support, or medical help they get. The loss creates what researchers call a dependency waterfall, where other abilities start dropping quickly in order when you can't drive anymore. You exercise less because getting to the gym or walking group becomes hard. You socialize less because seeing friends requires coordinating rides and you become more cut off and sad when you can't cook safely due to memory problems or physical limits. Your nutrition gets much worse, affecting your energy levels, mental clearness, and overall health. When you can't handle money due to thinking changes or physical limits, family members start making money choices for you, and you lose control over your own life choices and freedom. Start making detailed backup plans for every single part of your current freedom right now, today. Before you need them badly, look into all available transportation options in your specific area, including senior shuttle services, ride share, apps like Uber and Lyft, public transportation routes, and volunteer driver programs through local churches or community groups. Learn to use grocery delivery apps, restaurant delivery services, and online shopping platforms while your mind is completely sharp and you have patience to figure out new technology. Set up automatic bill payment systems, simple online banking, and easy financial management tools before thinking changes make learning new systems impossible. Have honest, detailed talks with family members about exactly how they can support you during freedom changes, without completely taking over your life and treating you like a child. Most importantly, build strong relationships with neighbors, local service providers, and community support systems who can step in quickly and well when emergencies happen. Don't wait for a crisis to figure these things out because getting ready must happen while you're still fully able at thinking clearly. The third truth is your memory lets you down in ways that scare everyone around you. What happens when the people you love most start looking at you with real fear in their eyes? Memory changes after 85 aren't just about sometimes forgetting where you put your keys or blanking on someone's name for a few seconds. They're about forgetting basic pieces of who you are and who matters most to you in ways that worry everyone around you. Johns Hopkins studies on thinking changes after 85 shows that 35% of people have big memory problems that create serious safety worries and real terror in family members who don't know how to help or what to expect next. These aren't the normal senior moments that everyone jokes about. These are deep mental gaps that signal your brain is struggling in ways that frighten everyone. Who cares about you? Carl from Phoenix had this sad truth firsthand when he completely forgot his beloved grandson's name during a routine family dinner. This wasn't a quick blank or temporary confusion. This was complete, total forgetting about a child he'd helped raise and love for 12 years. He looked directly at the boy he'd taken to baseball games, helped with homework, and thought of as one of his greatest joys in life, and had no idea what to call him or how they were related. The dining room went completely quiet. His daughter started crying quietly, and Carl realized with horror that his entire family was looking at him like he was already gone, like the man they loved had disappeared and left behind a confused stranger. 2 weeks after that dinner, he got lost driving to the bank he'd used faithfully for 30 years, ending up 40 miles away in a completely strange neighborhood with no memory of how he got there or why he'd made those particular turns. The results: of untreated memory problems go far beyond personal shame or temporary confusion, creating real dangers that threaten your safety and destroy family relationships. Studies from the National Institute on Aging show seniors with unaddressed thinking drop are 6 times more likely to have dangerous accidents, including serious falls, kitchen fires, medicine overdoses, or getting lost in dangerous situations. They're also 3 times more likely to become victims of money scams, telephone fraud, and elder abuse because their judgment becomes poor and they can't recognize obvious warning signs. Family relationships get worse quickly and sometimes permanently when memory problems create constant safety worries, leading to forced changes in living situations, complete loss of money control, and total disruption of established life patterns that took decades to develop. The fear you see in your family's eyes isn't just emotional distress. It's practical terror about your immediate safety and their legal responsibility for your well-being. Start doing daily brain exercises immediately and keep them up consistently without exception. Treating mental fitness as seriously as physical fitness. Spend at least 15 focus minutes every single morning working on crossword puzzles, word games, Sudoku, or special memory challenges designed for seniors. Read books that require concentration and active thinking, then discuss them with friends, family members, or book club participants to keep your mind actively engaged in complex processing. Learn new skills that challenge different parts of your brain, such as using smartphones or computers, playing strategic card games like bridge, or picking up creative hobbies like painting or music that require both memory and coordination. Most importantly, have completely honest, detailed talks with your doctor about any memory changes you notice, no matter how minor or embarrassing they might seem. Early help through thinking therapy, lifestyle changes, and sometimes medical treatment can slow thinking drops significantly and preserve your freedom longer, but only if you address problems while they're still manageable and before they become crisis situations. Don't wait until family members start expressing serious worries or suggesting major life changes. Take action the very moment you notice any changes in your thinking, memory, or decision-making abilities. The 4th truth is your body becomes a stranger you no longer recognize. Why doesn't anyone get you ready for the day when your own body feels like your worst enemy? After 85, physical changes don't just make you slower, weaker, or more tired. They make you feel like you're trapped inside someone else's body that refuses to obey your mind or cooperate with your intentions. CDC statistics show that 65% of Americans over 85 have what medical researchers call embodiment disconnect, a mind phenomenon where the gap between how you feel mentally and what your body can actually do becomes so wide it creates real psychological distress and sadness. This isn't about gracefully accepting normal aging processes. This is about your physical self betraying you in ways that feel impossible, frightening, and completely out of your control. Dolores from Miami described this sad disconnect perfectly when she explained, "Every single morning, I wake up feeling like I'm 40 years old in my head with the same energy, enthusiasm, and mental sharpness I've always had. But the moment I try to get out of bed, I'm brutally reminded that I'm living inside an 86-year-old body that doesn't listen to me anymore." Simple tasks that she performed easily for decades suddenly require careful planning, physical effort, and sometimes help from others. Standing up from her favorite living room chair requires using her arms to push off, and sometimes multiple attempts. Climbing the stairs to her bedroom feels like climbing a mountain that grows taller every day. Getting dressed in the morning takes 3 times longer than it used to, and activities she'd enjoyed her entire life, like gardening or cooking elaborate meals, now require help from family members or have become completely impossible. The medical truth behind this physical betrayal is that muscle mass loss, bone density reduction, and heart decline speed up dramatically after 85, creating a perfect storm of physical limitation. Studies from the American College of Sports Medicine show most people over 85 lose 8 to 10% of their remaining muscle strength each year, while bone density decreases by 3 to 5% annually, and heart efficiency drops by 6 to 8% per year. This rapid decline leads directly to increased fall risk, with 40% of people over 85 falling at least once per year and 15% having serious fractures that require hospitalization and extended recovery periods. Physical weakness creates a waterfall of additional health problems, including reduced heart function, compromised immune system response, increased susceptibility to infections, and higher rates of sadness and worry. once significant weakness sets in. Medical studies show that 80% of people never recover their previous functional levels regardless of physical therapy, medical intervention, or family support. Begin chair exercises and balance training today, right now, even if you currently feel strong, capable, and completely confident in your physical abilities. Spend 10 focused minutes every morning doing seated leg lifts, arm circles, gentle stretching, and resistance exercises that preserve muscle mass and joint flexibility. Practice standing up from chairs without using your hands to push off, which maintains crucial leg strength and core stability. Walk heel to toe across your living room daily to maintain balance, coordination, and spatial awareness that prevent falls. Do resistance exercises using household items like water bottles, canned goods, or resistance bands to preserve upper body strength and bone density. Most importantly, stay as physically active as possible in activities you genuinely enjoy rather than treating exercise like punishment or medical treatment. Take walks with friends, dance to music you love, garden in raised beds, or swim if you have access to a pool. Don't wait until movement becomes difficult, painful, or dangerous. Build physical strength reserves and maintain flexibility while you still can. The fifth truth is everyone you counted on starts. Avoiding the hard conversations. What's the cruelest irony of reaching 85? The people who should be helping you navigate this challenging time begin treating you like you're already mentally gone even when your mind is still sharp and fully capable. American Psychological Association studies on family dynamics with aging shows that 75% of adult children begin systematically excluding parents from major life decisions once the parents reach 85, even when those parents remain mentally competent and desperately want to participate in planning their own futures. This isn't intentionally mean behavior. It's misguided protection that strips away your dignity and autonomy at the exact moment when maintaining those things becomes most critical to your mental health, self-respect, and overall well-being. Vincent from Seattle discovered this painful truth when his well-meaning daughter started having private conversations with his doctor without including him in the room or the decision-making process. She would schedule his medical appointments without consulting his preferences, drive him to the office, and then speak directly to the physician as if Vincent wasn't present or capable of understanding his own health information when he protested and asked to be included in discussions about his own medical care. She explained that she was just trying to help and didn't want to burden him with complicated medical details. But Vincent understood exactly what was happening. His family had unilaterally decided he was no longer capable of managing his own health care decisions, despite the fact that his mind remained completely sharpened and he wanted desperately to remain actively involved in his own care and treatment planning. The psychological damage caused by being excluded from decisions about your own life is severe, long-lasting, and often irreversible. Studies from Yale School of Medicine show that seniors who feel their autonomy has been inappropriately taken away have clinical sadness rates 300% higher than those who maintain active respected roles in their own decision-making processes. Being treated as mentally incompetent when you're still cognitively capable creates deep resentment, chronic worry, learned helplessness, and a profound sense of powerlessness that actually speeds up both cognitive and physical decline. Family relationships suffer permanent, sometimes irreparable damage when adult children take over parental decisions prematurely, creating ongoing conflict, mistrust, and emotional distance that persists for whatever time remains in those precious relationships. Have direct, detailed, honest conversations about your wishes, capabilities, and expectations with your family members right now, today, while everyone still sees you as fully competent and respects your judgment. Write down your specific preferences for medical care, living arrangements, financial management, and end-of-life decisions while your mind is completely clear and your thinking is sharp. Discuss these detailed documents with your children, grandchildren, and other important people in your life, making sure they understand that you want and expect to remain actively involved in decisions about your own life for as long as you're mentally capable. Be explicitly clear about what kinds of help you welcome and appreciate versus what kinds of assistance feel insulting, controlling, or demeaning to your sense of independence. Create proper legal documents, including advance directives, durable powers of attorney, and healthcare proxies that protect your right to participate in your own care, while also ensuring your wishes will be respected if you do become incapacitated. Don't wait until others start questioning your mental capacity or suggesting major changes to your life. Establish your expectations firmly and clearly when everyone agrees. You're still completely sharp and fully capable of making your own decisions. These 5 brutal realities hit hard and can feel overwhelming. But here's what gives me genuine hope and confidence. Awareness is your most powerful weapon against the challenges of aging. When you know what's coming, when you understand the specific threats you'll face, you can prepare effectively, adapt successfully, and maintain your dignity through every challenge that aging throws at you. You're not powerless against these inevitable changes. You're informed and prepared, and that knowledge makes all the difference between being a helpless victim of the aging process and being someone who ages with strength, purpose, and maintained independence. If this video opened your eyes to realities you hadn't considered or prepared for, hit that like button right now and tell me in the comments which of these 5 realities concerns you most, or which one you're going to start preparing for immediately. Share this video with other seniors in your life because they deserve to be prepared and informed. 2. And your wisdom and foresight could save someone you care about from facing these challenges completely alone and unprepared.